Episode 34 of the Fit Pro podcast. I don't know about you, but Steph Curry versus LeBron James is an example of critical thinking. Welcome back to the Fit Pro podcast, listeners. I'm your host, Marvin Faze, and today's episode is about critical thinking. I just wanted to bring it up quickly, and I'm hoping you like these quick episodes. Before we get into it, just a reminder, make sure you head to the Facebook page, facebook.com/FitProPod. Give us a big thumbs up and share the show with your friends. The last episode of the Fit Pro podcast was an interview with Lauren Conlon, and she's one of the best professionals that I've ever interviewed. She is full of information that you can learn from. So let's get into today's show. Critical thinking. It's actually not that common, and I think a lot of people don't actually realize what it is. So the definition by Google is critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally about what to do or what to believe. It includes the ability to engage in reflective and independent thinking. Someone with critical thinking skills is able to do the following: understand the logical connections between ideas. Now, what that means is people that bandwagon on ideas or believe things but don't know why they believe things, and put down other people that don't believe the same things they believe, and their only argument is, I don't know why. And it's all too common in today's society, because people out there, not everybody, and hopefully not all the listeners of the Fit Pro podcast, believe that their way is the only way, or what they're doing is the only way of doing something. And that's a very blanket statement, but that's what my experience with critical thinking has been. It's been getting in arguments or debates with people that end up in one side being extremely angry while the other side being extremely level-headed. You should be able to have a conversation with people about different ideas and different thoughts, and not get your feathers ruffled up with everyone's trying to attack you. And I find it just might be me, but when I talk to certain people, especially people in the fitness industry, not the people that I've had on the show as interviewed, they're excellent critical thinkers, but the ones that aren't successful, the ones that are struggling, they struggle and hang on to ideas and they don't know why they do it. It's like religion, guys. And I know that's going to piss off a lot of people, but it really is. Some people believe a certain thing and don't know why they believe it. And it's breaking those patterns, thinking outside the box, and getting your head around a new way of thinking, as well as being able to put aside everything that you feel personally and look at it from another point of view. And that's what I've got a few examples, actually, because this one is going to be quite quick. 2 examples of positive thinking and critical thinking. Number 1, a person running a small business trying to anticipate the possible economic and human consequences of various ways to increase sales or reduce costs. Now, that's taking into account basically the people in your business, as well as the money in your business, and how by doing one thing is going to affect the other, and looking at it from a critical mindset. Now, a bad business owner would go, I just want to increase the bottom line, and I want to make increase profits. How do I do that? Pay the people less. You're gonna get pissed off people. So that's a business owner point of view. Now, for somebody that my profession is basically recruitment and getting people into jobs, an applicant preparing for a job interview, thinking about how to explain his or her particular skills and experiences in a way that will be relevant and of value to the prospective employer. Now, the ideal candidate for me when looking for a worker is somebody that's able to articulate what their skills are and what's relevant to the job they've applied for. Not, I'm good. Okay, what are you good at? I'm good at putting bricks together and making a house. Okay, cool. What? There's a lot more that goes into it. Tell me, make it relevant to me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to employ you. And that's just, again, 2 very loose examples of critical thinking. You can Google it and look up what critical thinking is, and you'll be able to be educated that way. I don't particularly look at myself as a teacher, but more as someone that opens your eyes. Okay, so a few more examples of critical thinking. LeBron James versus Steph Curry. if you're an NBA fan, you know this. For the last few seasons, they've been saying Steph Curry is the best player on earth. Critical thinking will imply that Steph Curry is not. Steph Curry cannot do what LeBron James can do. Steph Curry can shoot a three-point ball, but does not make his team better. By no means. He's a point guard that doesn't pass. And LeBron James can do all of it. He can do all of it. He's better. That's critical thinking. Bandwagoners will go, Curry. I know Curry, he's the best because he's the most relevant in the media, blah, 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 blah. But when it comes down to stats, facts, figures, you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with that person going, okay, why is he the best? Oh, because my friend thinks he's the best. Oh, because he's the best player in the game. NBA 2K. He's the best. No, think about this critically, guys. I think that conversation closes itself. CrossFit versus bodybuilding. What are there's positives and negatives to both, guys. I can list them off the top of my head. With CrossFit, the biggest stigma at the moment is the bad form. The CrossFit Games looks terrible on TV, but the fitness you get from that, from functional training, muscle that works, look, not every box is terrible. It's just a few that stain the whole lot. And bodybuilding, not every single person is on steroids. Not every single person is slow. Not every single person is not functional. That's what, if you have a conversation between a bodybuilder and a CrossFit person, you should be able to get the positives out of both and find relatable ground. That's what critical thinking is. Big gyms versus small gyms, and the list goes on. You can be critical about anything, and that's healthy debate is critical thinking. If you're in America, look back on your debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. There was no critical thinking done there. It was both my side's better than your side. No, my side's better than your side. Explain to me why. Explain to me why I should vote for you. It doesn't have anything to do with me because I'm in the other side of the fucking world. But yeah, critical thinking, another example, I'd like to say I had a debate with my girlfriend over the weekend about why people step on stage, and I think Lauren Conlon covered this perfectly in my previous episode, so I'll leave a link in the description below about why would someone step on stage. In her mind, there's a certain type of person that does that, but ultimately, if you think critically about the situation, there's people that do it because you don't know their story. Maybe they were teased their whole life. Maybe they again, it was always a dream. It was a bucket list thing. To blanket statement everybody is to like say in Australia all Aboriginals are drunks and no good. It's assuming a lot of things. One thing I want you to take away from this is sit back every time you have a conversation with someone or a debate. Think about it critically. Look at it from all angles. Look at it, and it's a skill, guys. It's a skill that takes time to develop. So if you're constantly thinking about yourself and what you do and how that's the best, then you will never get anywhere. But if you think about it from lots of different angles, you'll be able to cater to a lot of different people, as well as be open to a lot of different things. Okay, your mind is like a parachute. It works best open, and critical thinking is what opens up your parachute. That is all I have time for today. And just before I go, what I wanted to say, I'm actually looking for somebody to make me some new art for my thumbnail on my podcast. So if there's anybody out there that is interested, let me know. I'll leave a link to my Twitter, Facebook, and everything else below. Email. If you go on the website, you can find it. If you like what you heard and you want to hear more, let me know, as well as check out all the other episodes on the website. This is the Fit Pro Podcast, and I'm out.